So in this video, we're going to build on the previous written program. So what I want to do now is I would like to take a name as well. So the question is, what type of variable would you store a name in? A name is simply a word. And remembering that words in Java are stored in what are called strings. So what we're going to do is at the top of the program is where we're going to declare and initialize variables. So I'm going to say I have my age variable. The other variable I want a name variable. Oh, pardon me, it's not going to be an integer, it's going to be a string. Name. And now I need to initialize it to something. So you have two options here. You could initialize it to nothing. To initialize a string to nothing, meaning nothing in memory, we put the word null. Null is a special word in Java, meaning I'm going to put something there, but right now, don't worry about it. It's a little more detailed than that. For our purposes, we can think of it that way. Null is like the computer saying, I'm going to put something there, but for now, don't worry about it. If I wanted to initialize the string to something specific, for example, Paul, I would have to include it in quotations. And that's an important thing to remember. Strings always have to be stated inside quotations. So now down here we've taken the input for our age. So we probably want to ask your name first. So we're going to say system.out.print to print out something. And we're going to say, please input your name. So now, if I want to actually take a name, what I need to do is I need to start with telling the computer where it's going to store that name. So I'm going to say name, because it is going to store it in the variable called name. Name is equal to, and I have to type in the word input. Now, each type of variable has a different what's called method. So age is an integer, so we use int in. Int in actually lives inside this input file. And you can see if you click in here, public static int in. So if we scroll down here, you'll see another one for strings. There's double in, there's chrn, and here's strn, and that stands for string in. Don't worry about this code here. It's a little bit advanced for what we want. So we're going to go back to first input, and name is a string, so I'm going to say input.str capital I. Notice the convention that I'm following. Input is a class, so it's capitalized, and then other things, when I spell them, the first letter is small case, but the first letter of all following words are capitalized. So now we can run this. So we're going to build this file, and now I'm going to run this file. So please input your name. My name is Paul. My age, I am 31. So notice, it hasn't printed out my name here. And that's because the computer is simply executing this line by line. It's taking an age, and then it takes a name. Sorry, let me go back here. I declare and initialize a variable space for age. I declare and initialize a variable space for your name. Then I take an input for the name, I take an input for the age, and then I output information to the screen. And notice, this is going to output your age is the age in years. So maybe instead of saying your age, I want to say Paul's age is, or Paul, your age is. So I'm going to put in front of this, I want to put the name. So the name variable is called name plus y. So it will say, Paul, your age is that. And so let's run this. Run file. Paul, your age 31. Paul, your age is 31 years. Good luck.